We are live right now at both rallies for your election team coverage.
That's right. Dina Harley is in Rocky Mount, where Trump is expected to host his rally in about an hour. And Russ Bowen is out in Raleigh at the Red Hat, where Harris will be arriving for her rally. Let's start with Russ. Russ, how's it going out there?
Yeah, hey, well, it's kind of peaceful right now where we are because the big crowds have already made their way inside. I'm going to pan over a little bit or have our photographer David Hatman do that. This is one of the entry points. There's another entry point with security down the way. You see them empty, but folks got here very early this morning to make sure that they could get inside the Red Hat, inside the Walnut Creek. The capacity here is right around 20,000. Not clear as to whether they filled it to capacity, but I can tell you pretty much everyone that wanted to get inside has managed to get inside. A lot of the people we talked to, they're very enthusiastic. Last night, where Kamala Harris spoke in front at the Ellipse, jazzing up the crowd, trying to get people to go, trying to get people to go to the polls between now and Saturday in North Carolina, and of course next Tuesday. And that's the enthusiasm that people we spoke to out here this morning say that they're trying to continue to convince people who are still on the fence that Kamala Harris is the way to go. And you got to remember, we've talked about the fact that more than 3.3 million people have already early voted in North Carolina, and there's something Democrats are facing they haven't really had to deal with before, and that's the fact that Republicans are outpacing Democrats in early voting by about 1.25%. Normally, Democrats are way ahead, so they know they've got to make up some of that ground because we know this race is going to be won within the margins without a question. That was the case for Donald Trump when he won it in 2020 in North Carolina. Remember, too, that 10.1%, 10.2% on average is what we're seeing women as far as their turnout is concerned above men. We know that Harris is favored among women far more so than Trump is, but that's not to say that these women are all voting for Harris, of course. The youth vote, another big challenge. The age 45 and younger is the plurality of voters for the first time ever in North Carolina, getting the youth vote out. That's not really notorious, you know, under the age of, say, 30 and younger and 18. So we did talk to a couple of Duke students. One I'm going to let you listen to now as to what motivated her to come out and why she thinks her age bracket will actually show up.
I feel definitely like it is difficult to get the youth vote, but I feel like when there's someone who really engages the youth and also is just very charismatic like Kamala is, it is easier. I also think a lot of people just really don't want Donald Trump to go back into office, and that's like the biggest thing that I feel like a lot of fellow students are feeling.
And the other big thing about, you know, Kamala Harris being in Raleigh today is about expanding the margins in these larger cities. Democrats have got to win Wake County. They've got to win Mecklenburg. And measurably, if they're going to compete at all with the rural counties, which is, you know, in the upper 80s in North Carolina, and the down ballot. We heard Josh Stein, Democratic nominee for governor, speak just a minute ago, and you can hear the crowds roaring above this music here. So that should give you a sense of enthusiasm. And our current governor, Democrat Roy Cooper, on the stage now. Kamala Harris expected on stage within the next 25 minutes or so, guys.
All right, Russ, thanks so much. Live for us at the Coastal Credit Union Music Park at Walnut Creek. Thanks so much.